This is your beloved Minister Austin Smith with ZMR Radio on the Wake Up Call. Wake up. Wake up. It's high time. All right. We do always rise, giving all the kabod and the kabod, which is a glory and honor to the Most High Yah through his being Yahusha HaMashiach, which is his son. Do appreciate another opportunity to be before you all to bring forth the word. I pray, Lord, that it be a benefit to you. It's something that can help you and arm you in your walk and your fight against Kata, that fight against that old and that former man. Nonetheless, go ahead and get me Romans 15:4. Listen to the book.
For whatever Nikatab before,
For whatever was written afore
Nikatab Talamidas,
was written to teach us.
so that through endurance,
Through going through without quitting,
and through the Nakum of the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
So with that right there, that gives us an understanding of what is it that we're going to use to arm ourselves. What is it that we're going to use in this fight that I spoke of ironically. And that's the thing that were written aforetime. Reading the things of how people use the writings to prevail, how they use the instructions to avoid the dangers and the hazards of the Arats. I tell you what, let's see something. Get me U'Allah Shemut, chapter 20 and verse 1. That's going to be what they call the book of Exodus. Listen to it's probably too fast.
No, sir, you good.
Listen to the book.
Then Elohim spoke all these Dabarim, saying, I am Yahuah, your all.
So that right there, that tells us who was it that spoke it?
Then Elohim spoke all these Dabarim,
Then the mighty one spoke all these words,
saying, I am Yahuah, your all.
saying, I'm Yahuah, your all. I'm telling you that I am yours. You and I, we have a relationship together. We have a oneness, if you will.
Who brought you out of the Arats of Mizraim,
I brought you out. I delivered you
out of the bed of slavery.
out of the bed of slavery. Even when we talked about it the other week regarding Dawood, when he told him, he said, I'm the one that delivered these things to you. I'm the one that gave you these things. The same thing Yahuwah telling us. He's saying, listen, I'm the one that brought you out. I'm the one that got you this deliverance. Come on.
You shall have no other mighty ones before me.
What verse is that?
That's verse 3.
Verse 3. Listen to the book.
You shall not make for yourself an idol or any likeness of what is in Shamayim above, or what is on the Arats beneath, or what is in the Ma'im under the Arats.
So the thing is, logically, we can take knowledge in knowing that. Why did he tell them that? He told them that because he started out by letting them know, I'm yours. I'm the one that did these things. I'm the one that brought you out. So would it logically make sense for me to make something else, to make an idol, to say, this idol is my Elohim. This idol is the one that's helping me. This idol is my deliverer. And he told me, I'm the one that did it. So he right there, he started off by not just telling you what not to do, but I told you why not to do it. Because when you do that and you give that that love and that care and that affection, that obedience to those idols, that's something that should have been given to me. Come on.
You shall not shakar them nor serve them. For I, Yahuwah, your all, am a jealous all.
Because I'm jealous. The thing is we have naturally in life, we're able to see what is jealousy. What would a jealous man do? He'll kill.
That's right.
Because I love that woman, I want her to love me, I kill for her. And he's like, man, that joker crazy. No, he wants her so bad, and he's so jealous that that's what I do behind it. Yeah. So the thing is, we look at Elohim, and he'll get a bad rap when we look at the things that happen against us, and we'll say, man, he's such a cruel Elohim. People will talk about it. They talk about, man, the guy they had in the wilderness, like, because the people were cut off. But really, it's because I told you I'm a jealous Elohim.
Right.
Come on.
Visiting the iniquity of the Abot on the Benim, on the third and on the fourth Tuladat of those who hate me.
And he told us about the visitation.
But showing kindness to thousands, to those who are me.
What did he say he do to those that hate him?
You shall not shakar them nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah, your all, am a jealous all, visiting the iniquity of the Abot on the Benim, on the third and on the fourth Tuladat of those who hate me.
The reason why he told you that he visit that on those that hate him is because the only way you can go off on something else is because you got to hate me. Just like we talked about with Adam, we compared the whole sense of what he had, and he desired something opposite of what it is that he had. So I now given a greater desire to the other thing. That's the same thing that happened with the Elohim that we built, and we look at it and we say, well, I don't have any idols. I don't have a god of silver, a god of gold. Matter of fact, keep going. I'll show you something with that.
But showing concede to thousands, to those who are me, and to those who keep my mitzvah. You shall not take the Shem of Yahuah your all in vain. For Yahuah shall not leave him unpunished who takes his Shem in vain.
He said, I'll punish him. I'll punish that man. And the thing is, a lot of times, even what I was going to say early on is, a lot of times we think that the Elohim that we build are the things of like, okay, I had to literally fashion a God and say, you know, like they did in, what's that, U'Allah Shemut, about the 32nd chapter? When they fashioned that olive, when they formed and they fashioned that olive, this was something that they literally fashioned by their hands. They literally took the gold that they had and fashioned these things. But the problem is for us, we'll look at it and we'll say, well, I didn't fashion any Elohim. I didn't fashion a God. But the thing is when we do opposite of that which he told us to do, you have now given and created an Elohim. And just like he told you what he wanted you to do to him, not to give these this adoration to these idols. That's what you do when you constantly go after these things. You have created and fixated another Elohim, and you've given to that Elohim that which you should have gave to the Most High, the true creator and sustainer of all. Come on.
Zakar the Shabbat Yom, to keep it Kadash. 6 Yamim you shall labor and do all your work. But the 7th Yom is a Shabbat of Yahuah your all. You shall not do any work, you or your ben or your bat, your male abad or your female abad, or your cattle or your sojourner who is within your gates.
So I've had people ask me, they say, well, you know, do we still have to keep the commandments? And the thing is if we didn't have to do one, then realistically, I don't see why we have to do other. If he did away with it, then I would be perfectly fine with creating these other Elohim. So if I even have that belief, then I got to know that he never did away with the Shabbat. Everything he's going to tell us are still things that we should naturally be holding on to. Because go ahead, keep reading.
For in 6 Yamim, Yahuah made the Shamayim and the Arats, the Yom and all that is in them, and rested on the 7th Yom. Therefore Yahuah barak the Shabbat Yom and made it Kadash.
Everything that he was giving them, but things, it all kept coming back to him. Don't make the Elohim because I'm the one that brought you out. Don't worship these Elohim because I'm the one that brought you out. Keep the Shabbat because I kept the Shabbat. Right. What he's trying to give us is he's trying to give us things to make us like him. The thing is, guess what? When they were in Mizraim, would it be possible that they would have been able to keep the commandments? No, they wouldn't have been able to do. Matter of fact, I tell you how you know that even if you look at, well, how are you going to say they served Elohim? Well, let's see. Served other Elohim. Let's see how that worked. Guess what Mushah went and told Pharaoh to do? He said, let my people go, that they should keep a feast for me in the Bamar bar. Right. But guess what happened? They couldn't do it. Pharaoh restricted them from being able to give to Elohim what he wanted. So that meant that what Elohim was ruling over them? The Elohim of Pharaoh. So that's the same reason why he had to tear him down, because I'm jealous. I don't want you holding and giving yourself to Pharaoh. I want you to give yourself to me. Yeah. So I got it. In order for him to be able to get that adoration from us, to be able to get that fear from us, guess what he had to do? I had to show you that I will take down the thing that you thought was over you. That's so right. Then when you look at it and you say, well, oh man, guess why they wouldn't have just left from Mizraim? Because Pharaoh would have went after them and he would have killed them, right? So they knew that he had a power. He had power over them to kill them. He was strong. He had an army. But guess what he did? Guess what Yahuah did? He showed you, guess what? I want you to see just how big and how bad Pharaoh is. So that way, when I tear him down, you know what you'll say? This a bad man.
That's right.
If he did that to this man, what will he do to me? Yeah. That's why, other brother, get me, hold me Philippians 3:15. That's why he was trying to tell us, guess what? Give it to me, because I'm greater than all these things. Guess what? If I formed and I made the Arats, would it make sense that you could take something that I gave you and say, well, this my Elohim? No, I made that.
That's right.
In Barashit, he told us everything that he made. Guess what? They formed the Elohim of gold. Guess what he told you that was in the Gan? He told you about the river. He told you about Havilah, where it's gold. I made all this stuff. Yeah. I filled the Arats. Before I came, it was nothing. It was void. It was without form. It was without substance. Yeah. So would it make sense to take something that I gave you and say, well, this greater than me? How? It can't work. That's why even with the son, people will argue that. But guess what? That's why the son told you he didn't think it was robbery, because he didn't come to take nothing from Elohim. Right. I only came to add, to help, and to assist. The same way with the ministers. How that works? Guess what? Guess who's over the best? Who's over this best? The pastor, the Ra'ah, Tony Smith. But guess what we do as ministers? We assist with that which he's doing. That's the same thing that happened that the son came to do. Ironically, I'm just so happen to be our pastor's son. I'm not here to establish my own. I'm here to add to what the Father has already given us. And all of us, now that we're all trying to come in to be the benim of Elohim, we should be adding to that which Yahuah has given us and making sure that we're taking hold of the word.
That's right.
Come on. Keep going, Lee.
Kabod, your Abba and your aim.
Honor who?
Your Abba and your aim.
Why?
That your Yamim may be prolonged in the Arats which Yahuah your all gives you.
Mm-hmm.
You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery.
Mm-hmm.
You shall not steal.
Mm-hmm.
You shall not testify against your Reah, a witness of falsehood.
So just as sure as I shouldn't be killing, stealing, I shouldn't be doing the other things he told me not to do. I shouldn't be making these other foreign Elohim. I should still be keeping the Shabbat because he didn't come. Yahusha, he never came to destroy the law. He just came to fulfill and show us exactly how it all worked, how it all tied back into him. Come on.
That's right. You should not covet your Reah Bet.
Mm-hmm.
You should not covet your Reah Ashah or his male Abad or his female Abad.
What he's telling you right there, he's telling you about not desiring certain things. He's telling you about what it is that you need to be desiring. Because the thing is guess what happened with Daud? What we talked about with Daud, you know where this came from? A desire. He had a desire for those things. So guess what'll happen if I start desiring the things of my neighbor? I'm going to kill him because I want to take his stuff. And I know if I'll kill you to take your stuff, then what will you do to keep your stuff? You'll kill for it. You just like, so in order for me to make sure that I can take your stuff and I don't die, I got to kill you. So that's why he told you, don't desire the things of your neighbor, because what you're going to do, you're going to kill him. Yeah. And I told you not to commit murder. So it wouldn't even make sense. Come on.
Or his shore or his kamor or anything that belongs to your Reah. All the arm perceived the thunder and the lightning flashes and the call of the shofar and the harsh smoking. And when the arm saw it, they trembled and stood at a distance.
This the thing. Guess what happened? Though they had heard the word, though they had heard, they had seen what Elohim had done. Now, when they started to see these signs and things started to happen around them, you know what they look at? My mortality is so fragile because now I'm getting a chance to see. You know what Pharaoh never did? He never controlled the things of Shamaim. He never, none of his magicians that he had, none of his magicians were able to work and make lightning come down from their rods, from the Shamaim onto their rods. But guess what? This Elohim, guess what he can do? I can control the lightning and the thunder. Now you know what that made me say? Oh shoot, I'm scared. And what did they do when they perceived it?
They trembled and stood at a distance.
They trembled and stood at a distance. They were removed. They tried to get back from that because they were fearful. Come on.
Then they said to Mashah, speak to us yourself and we shall shama.
Now, once they get to see that fear, they say, you know what? You know, this a little too much. This right here a little too strong. Cut it for me a little bit. It's not that I don't want it. It's just for the fact that, listen, I'm too afraid because I'm too far off from what it is that he is. That's why we got the word to make us just like he is. So now when he comes back and we hear the lightning and the thunder, we shouldn't be fearful because now I'm no longer ashamed. I'm walking upright. The reason why they were afraid and they were removed is because they knew the stuff that you said, that's exactly what we've been doing. So I know now that I should die. That's the same thing that happened when we come before you, when any of the preachers come before you, any true preacher of the Most High Yah, when they come before you and they bring forth the word, you got a chance to examine what side am I on? Am I on the side that I've committed that which you told me not to do, or am I on the side of I've done it? Now, when I look at the fact of, okay, I should be condemned, now they give me the opportunity to not get back from him, but to get back from those behaviors, separate myself from those things that caused me to be separated from you. Go ahead and get me that. Matter of fact, get me Malachi chapter 1 and 5. They're going to call it the book of Malachi. The thing is what people don't realize is how many, I've said it a few times, and even preacher ended up saying it last night, but when you look at how he's giving you natural examples to be able to see and understand spiritual or ruachni concepts, he's giving you things that you can naturally understand. And you can say, this naturally makes sense. Just like he had to show them first, the fear that they should have for Pharaoh. When I take him down, now you naturally understand if you can do that to him, then what can you do to me? So that's the same thing that happens with the word. He's given us so many natural examples to be able to understand what it is that he wants from us, to be able to understand what it is that he's calling for. Come on. That Malachi 1 and 5.
Your own shall see, and you shall say, Yahuah, be magnified beyond the border of Yasharal. A Ben honors his Abba, and an Abad his Abban. I'm sorry, and an Abad his Adon.
He told you, he said that a servant, he told you a son, he obeys his father. And a servant, they fear their master. Because guess what? Guess why a son would fear his father? Because he's learned from the chastisement. I've learned what it is that my father does when I don't do the thing that he's asking for. So if Elohim was our father, what should we be understanding? We should be understanding that there's no way I can do that which is contrary to what my father has told me to do, and I'm not going to get a punishment. To the same degree as, what did he tell him next after he told him about the son?
And an Abad his Adon.
And a Abad, a servant, his master. You know why? Because a servant knows that when my father is telling me to do something, what do I have to do? If I'm your master, then you got to understand that just as sure as I own you, I'll kill you. The same thing Yahuah tried to tell them, I'm your Elohim. So the reason why they moved, because he can kill them. He was their master. He was letting them know, I'm your new master. I'm the one that you should be listening to, be fearful of, and obey. Right. That's what we need to be doing with Yahuah. He wasn't just their Abba, he was our Abba. He wasn't just their Adon, he's our Adon. So if he was warning them, if he could have killed them, what can he do to us? He's warning us so he doesn't have to kill us. A lot of times we look at it and people will fight parental discipline now. That's a very controversial thing, because what you have is you have people who abuse it, and then you have people who don't abuse it, and because of the abusers, and they highlight, well, you know, if you let people whoop their kids, then they're going to beat them, it's going to be overdone. Okay, would it make sense for any good, logical, in their right mind parent to say, hey, I've literally made this thing. I've made this child, which should be a product of love. And sometimes it's love in that moment, but it don't last a long time. But this should be a product of love. So if I made you through love, through a heart, through affection, I put things in to get you, why would I want to just kill you and destroy you? That's the same thing we talk about with Elohim. We said he doesn't have any pleasure in the wicked perishing, because I made you. You were a product of love. I love you. That's why I made you, and I made you good. So the thing is the reason why correction happens and things and chastisement happen is so that you can get back. Because when you go out to the world, you deviate from that proper course of behavior that he's given us. What we have with the word is the instructions of the Father. So when we disobey the Father, we get a chastisement. The same way he told you about with the mother as well. So regardless of whether it's my father or my mother, guess what? I got to obey. Mm-hmm. You never got an excuse. A lot of times, I know growing up, I had a very strong father, very, very, very strong father. And we talked about something last night, and we compared my father. Let me tell you this: my father was stronger than my grandfather. Okay, okay. Take that, do with that what you will. But nonetheless, guess what? We all still had the same mindset of the same way I was. I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you how that went. Last night, we were talking to preacher. Do y'all know that when he was getting his whoopings, he was getting a whooping with his hand, with his father's hand? My granddaddy was popping him on the behind. So I said, Daddy, that's the stuff that you talking about? I said, you mean to tell me that you were getting whooped by your daddy's hand? He said, yeah, but you don't understand. My father, he worked at the steel mill, so he ain't have no regular hands. He had them strong hands. My daddy, he worked at the job 45 years. He said, I'm only 10 years older than my dad was on his one job. Yeah. I'm like, but Daddy, you can't compare that hand to no belt. Like the thing is, it doesn't make any sense. Then I said, well, maybe when he was a kid, because sometimes when you're a kid and you get a lot of people, some people they'll be like, yeah, I only got one whooping, and I'd be amazed. I'd be like, how did you only get one whooping? I couldn't even. It's innumerable. Okay, right. It's innumerable. I have no idea how many whoopings I got. I know the purpose of why my father was whooping me. It was never a thing of, oh, I'm just whooping you to whoop you. He never abused us. But the thing is, I couldn't count how many times I went back to get more whoopings. Mm-hmm. Now, I said, well, Dad, well, how old were you when you think when he was whooping like that? How old y'all think he said? 8, 5, 14. 14 years old. I said, Daddy, you telling me that you were at 14 years old getting a whooping by your daddy's hand? You closer to a grown man. Blew me away. But the thing is what it gave me a chance to consider is sometimes when you look at it, you might say, well, how you get whooped so bad and I didn't? Or excuse me, let me rephrase that. You say, well, my chastisement was more than your chastisement. But then you look at it, well, what was the purpose of it? The purpose of the chastisement was to get a diversion, to get you to change over to get a different behavior. But in getting that chastisement, you know what it made the son do? It made the son to fear the father. So the thing is, well, I might look at it and I might say, well, my chastisement was on a higher side. The thing is, if my chastisement made me fear my father, then guess what? It worked. If his chastisement made him fear his father, then guess what?
It worked.
It worked. So when we look at how things happen against us, or at least that's how we feel about it. We look at it and say, well, this is against me. You done did me more than I thought I was deserving of. Yeah, you done, my load is heavier than I can bear. Guess what? I purposely gave you just as much I need to give you so I can break you. A lot of times what happens is you look at, sometimes you got little kids, and sometimes you got the ones you like, man, you got to beat the brakes off this child. You know why? Because they got that will in them. You got to break them from their will. You got to break them from doing what it is that you want to do. But in order to do that, you had to get them a fear of you. So the thing is, guess why Yahuah came and they saw the lightning and they heard the thunder? So that way they can get a fear of him. They had to first get a fear of him so that way I can now get you to obey me. Because if you don't fear me, then what is it that's going to hold you and make you say, well, I'm going to listen to you? It's nothing. The reason why two things that we have, you got people who have a zeal to do something, and you have people who have a discipline to do something. A lot of times what happens with a zeal is when that zeal first comes, we're high. It's like, okay, ooh, it's just like shaking up a soda. You shake up a soda, you pop that top, that thing, woo! It started just to fizzing and shaking. You know why? Because it has a zeal. It's got an agitation. But guess what happens after a little while? That zeal will dissipate. You don't see the bubbles that you used to saw no more. So much so you keep doing it. You know what it'll do? It'll completely go flat. Yeah. You won't have no more carbonation. So now I can shake as much as I want to. That thing just like a cup of water. Yep. That's what happens with us a lot of times. Situations that happen, and because we only have a zeal, when that shaking happens, we feel we high. Oh yeah, I feel it. Preacher preach the word. Oh yeah, I'm with it now. One of the messages preach the word. Oh yeah. Round two, nigga, let's go again. Come on. But then once we get that, once that zeal wears off, you know what happened? We're like, hold on now. You should have got when I first came out. When I first heard the word, boy, I was ready then. I was a bad boy. But now that I got some time where it's got to still be in me to keep me. I got to still be obeying the Father, though he ain't whooped me since a long time ago. You know, the last time I got a whooping, I probably was 15, 16, maybe, if that. But the thing is, I still naturally fear my father. You know why? Because it's not just a zeal in me. I don't just have a zeal, a small belief that my father will kill me. I know it. You know why? You know what it's really, what people call it whooping, but what it's really is discipline. He disciplined me to get a discipline in me. So now the reason why you keep doing things contrary to what Yahuah has said is because you only got a zeal, but you don't have a discipline in you. You don't let that fear that he has over you hold beyond the situation that you have, beyond when you get delivered from that sickness. A lot of times you get people and they get that deathbed repentance, and that's because they're like, oh man, the punishment is on me right now, and I can't deliver myself. So now naturally I'm looking to a deliverer. But then once I get delivered from that situation, how much now do I need him? What's holding me? What's holding me? What's going to make me keep enduring? It's got to be a discipline in me. So that's why we come in and we routinely hear the word, not just so that we can come in for a pattern, but to really establish a discipline within you. Because the thing is, he told us that it wasn't going to be a famine of bread that was going to come. There's going to be a famine of what? Word. Of hearing the word. So the thing is guess what? That means that when I no longer have an opportunity to come forth and hear the word, guess what's going to have to keep me? What I've heard, the discipline in me, the discipline that's been established. So beyond the time where I no longer hear the word, I should still be holding on to something. Just like you look at this, you got people people that we've naturally seen, they've come here, and situations have happened and they've been kicked out. And guess what happens when they leave? They get worse. They don't even hold to, okay, well, let's say there was whatever issue. Let's say it was just something natural. They didn't see eye to eye, something with preacher. Okay, small thing, but we didn't see one thing the same, but we see everything else the same, but this one issue creates a difference. Okay, that's fine. It happened in the book several times, but guess what? That's what we never argued about. We never argued about none of the other stuff. We never argued about the one Elohim. We never argued about the Shabbat. We never argued about honor your father and mother, but guess what happens when they leave? They lose the discipline because they're no longer under the word, because they never really had anything in them. And the reality is the reason why that first issue happened is because they didn't have enough word in them to start with. So the thing is it's all about getting the internal discipline, getting the, people talk about the conscience. The conscience is the mental governance and the mental view of what is right and what's wrong. And that's got to come into us by the word. That's why we come in and we constantly come in and hear the word. That's to establish a discipline within us. That's to create the conscience within us to show us what it is that we need to do. Because guess what? When you go out and you face your situation, no preacher's going to be out there to call no scriptures to you. No preacher going to be able to say, well, hey, this is what you should do right now. It's not going to happen. You got to go based off of what's inside of you. Now, that's not just going off of your natural man, but that's going off of the rotten man that's been fed, that's been created by the word.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Who I got? Keep going, Lee.
Back at
Uwala Shemut.
Sorry, give me a second.
Matter of fact, you can go ahead and read again from your Ike, Chris. Listen to the book.
A Ben honors his Abba, and an Abad his Adon. Then if I am an Abba, where is my kabod? And if I am an Adon, where is my respect? Says Yahuah of Sabaoth to you, O Kohanim, who despise my Shem.
That's the thing that happens. You start despising me. The reason why you don't honor me, the reason why you don't respect him is because you despise him. You put your eyes on these other Elohim of the world that can't profit you. Go ahead and get me that Philippians 3:15.
Therefore, whosoever that would be Talmim, so shall be counted to you. And if you think another thought, Elohim shall also reveal this to you.
The thing is, what he's telling us is if anybody's going to be perfect, if anybody's going to be that Ben, you're going to have this mind. You're going to have the mind that's built by the instruction of the Father. You're going to have the mind that's minded to fear and obey the Master, to be able to give Yahuah that respect, that reverence that he's deserving of. And if you don't have that mind, guess what we need to do? We need to be marking you, not to say, hey, let me follow it, but you should really be an example for me to say, let me not do the same things you're doing. Just like we told us at that Romans chapter 15 and 4, he said, the things that were written aforetime. What we have with the writings, I've said it several times now, and the thing is we have several examples, both naturally that we have here and that's written in the word. We have examples of people who have held to the word and people who have also heard the word and they were good for the moment, but then when tribulation and situations happen, they faint and they fall away because we all naturally, if you look back at the genealogy of Yahusha, you know what it'll tell you once you go all the way down to the bottom? It'll tell you which was the Ben of Adam, which was the Ben of who? The Ben of Elohim. So if all men came from that one man, Adam, then where are naturally all men the son of? All men are naturally the son of Elohim. But guess what? When we don't listen to the Father, now we create a detachment between us and him. Because it's no way that we can say, if you see me and I'm all in my Father's face, you know what you're going to say? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it naturally, like, you know, even though we've all had times where we reared up, I'm sure we all had times where we reared up against our parents, where we said, you know, we start smelling ourselves, we start feeling good. Even though we've probably all done that, okay? We've probably all done that. I done tried it one time too. I do you who? I'm still here. But nonetheless, the thing is we've all had that, but then we come back and we see it with other people and we say, man, that's crazy. Like, man, you'll do that to your father. You'll do that to your mother. You'll rear up against them. Man, that's crazy. But then we don't look at, that's the same thing that we do with Yahuah. How do we say that Yahuah is our father, but yet we raise up ourselves against them? We go and do that which is contrary. The thing is you know how crazy you got to be to disobey your parents? You gotta be pretty crazy, especially when you got one that you know what they'll do to you. You know what's even crazier than that? If I'll defy them in front of their face. You know how crazy you got to be to do that in front of your face? People, back when I used to get in trouble, you know what they always say? I don't know why you do that, man. Why you keep getting in trouble and you know your daddy crazy? Why you always do that and you know your daddy beat you behind? And the thing is you think when I was going out and I was doing that, I said, you know what? Ooh, my daddy gonna kill me and beat my behind? No, I'm looking at my desire. My desire for what it is that I wanted to do was greater than the fear that I had. Right? But guess what I wouldn't have done? I would have never done it in his face. Are you crazy? You think I would do that in front of my daddy's face? The thing is, it's one thing to feel like, okay, my daddy killed me for getting in trouble. It's another thing, I'm punking you at that point. I'm calling you Punk B. Punk B. I'm no Punk B. The thing is you know how bad you gotta be to do that in your father's face? That means you think I'm soft? So the thing is I got to kill you now because you're doing it in front of my face. Guess what happened with Yahuah? He sees everything. So when are we ever out of the sight of the Father? Guess what he gonna have to do? I got to kill you. That's why he told you. Matter of fact, you hold that Philippians. Get me Tahalim chapter 9 and 17. You know how crazy that we've got to be. So the thing is, in order for us to continue to do what we got to do either one or two things. Either one, we got to believe that he ain't real and he ain't really gonna do what he gonna say he gonna do, or we're gonna have to believe that he don't really have the ability to be able to see us. That makes no sense. I created all these things. So the fact that I believe that he is, I gotta know that he controls all. So what do you have? What agreement do you have? What word told you that you were okay to continue to do wrong in the sight of the Father? Come on.
The Rosha shall return to Sheol, even all the Goim who forget Elohim.
You know, he said, the wicked shall be cast into Sheol and all the Goim, the nation that forget Elohim. You know what happened? I got to go out because I've forgotten what it is that my Father would do. I'm doing this because I'm forgetting, oh man, I forgot. My daddy killed me for this. So the thing is the only way that I can go out and do something opposite of what Yahuah says, you've forgotten the rule that I had over you. That's why you're going to be turning to Sheol. Yeah. So you're not going to escape my punishment. I've given you a chance to get right. I've given you a chance to obey the chastisement. That's why if you look at the book of Abary, chapter 21 and 8, they'll call it the book of Deuteronomy. Let's see how it worked.
Said 21 and 8?
21 and 8, yes, sir. Let's see what happens to that son when they don't listen to that chastisement. Let's see what happens. Let's see what you're deserving of. Listen to the book.
Forgive your Yasharal, whom you have redeemed, O Yahuah, and do not place the innocent dam in the midst of your Yasharal, and the dam shall be forgiven them.
Verse 18.
Verse 18.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If a ish has a stubborn and rebellious being, who shall not shama to the call of his Abba or to the call of his aim.
If a man got a stubborn son who won't listen, so the thing is, he won't listen to the words of the father and of the mother. So the parents have tried to correct him, but he won't listen. You stubborn and rebellious. Come on.
And when they chastise him, he shall not even shama to them. Then his Abba.
Sorry, the thing is, guess what? I chastised him. I tried to do corrective measures to get him to change, to get him to do something different. That's the same thing Yahuah's been doing with us. He's been trying to give us corrective measures. He's been trying to give you situations for you to be able to see. Just like if I just talked about the kid, they touch something hot and I pop your hand. I touch something hot, I pop your hand. I'm trying to correct you. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to drive you to do something else. Because the thing is guess what happened when we committed any of the sins that they talked about in U'Allah Shemut chapter 20 and 1? We were going to be deserving of death because we disobeyed Yahuah. Guess what? Yahuah is the one who first told us to obey our father and our mother. So the thing is so when you disobey one, guess what you're going to do by default? You're going to disobey both. So the thing is that not only do I not have a fear for my natural father and my mother, but you don't have a fear for him. Because if you had a fear for him, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that, which is contrary to what the Father says. And you're not by yourselves because any one of us, when we go and commit sin, you disobeying the one that's more powerful than all. How? I'm trying to chastise you, but let's see what happens. Well, you don't take that chastisement.
Then his Abba and his aim shall seize him and bring him out to the Zakanim of the city at the gateway of his Malkum. They shall say to the Zakanim of his city, this being of ours is stubborn.
Matter of fact, where they say they're going to take him to? What verse is that?
That was verse 19.
Get me verse 18 again. I'll show you something else.
If a ish has a stubborn or rebellious being who shall not shama to the call of his Abba or to the call of his aim.
They didn't listen to the voice. They didn't listen to the call, the sound of the father and the mother.
And when they chastise him, he shall not even shama to them. Then his Abba and his aim shall seize him and bring him out to the Zakanim of the city at the gateway of his Malkum.
What was it? What would it have been when Yahuah would have been speaking to Adam? He would have been hearing the call of his father, right? So what was it that he did when he went and ate of the fruit that Yahuah did? What did Yahuah tell him about that tree of good and evil? He told him not to eat it, right? So the call of his father was telling him not to eat it. But what did Adam do? He ate it. He disobeyed the words, the warning, the sound, the mouth of the Father. And what did Yahuah do as a result? He put him out. What did he tell? What did he tell the father and the mother to do with that son? To take him where?
Take him outside.
Take him outside. He said to bind him and take him out.
Yep.
You're taking him out. You know why? Because everything that's in my house is going to have to do what?
Obey.
Everything in my house is going to have to obey me. So the thing is we naturally been able to see concepts of get rid of them. So the thing is, the reason why you're not going to make it in the man Malkuth is because everything that's in my house, everything that's in my empire is going to obey me. So the thing is if I don't first understand that with my natural father and my mother, guess what I'm never going to be able to do? I'm never going to be able to come into the best of Yahuah. He's going to cast me out. And then what happened when he took that son to the gates outside?
They shall say to the Zakanim of his city, this Ben of ours is stubborn and rebellious.
This son of ours, he's stubborn and rebellious. He's stubborn and rebellious. He just won't listen. We trying with him, but he's stubborn and rebellious.
He shall not shama to our call. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
He's a who?
A glutton and a drunkard.
He's a glutton and a drunkard. This one right here, you know what the gluttony and the drunkard do? They put things inside of them. They intake things. I become a glutton because I'm constantly consuming and eating. I become a drunkard because I'm overconsumed with wine. So this is my son. He's keep taking in everything else but what we giving him. And what they said to do with him.
Then all the unashamed of his city shall stone him with stones, and he shall moot.
All the unashamed shall stone him with stone. He shall moot. Kill that son. Kill that stubborn and rebellious son. But the thing is that's so hard. That looks so hard to us. And we look at where the mercy in that. Okay, let's see. The mercy was when I kept chastising you. The mercy was when I kept trying to correct you, but you didn't want to take it. So the thing is, people say they want mercy. People say they want grace and mercy and all these things. Be patient with me, be lenient with me, but you really don't want it. I've done that when I try to correct you, but you keep doing your own thing. You keep trying to go after that which is contrary to me. If I gave you life, then guess what's in me? Life is in me. So why would I not be listening if I want to maintain life to the life giver?
Yeah.
You want to die. You don't even want to live. You are sick. You are a drunk. You know what? Go ahead and get me. Now that you just read that, get me that Philippians 3:15. Yahweh, we'll get ready to wrap it up there. I'm gonna tell you, everybody who's disobeying the Most High Yah, you are a glutton and you are a drunk and you are deserving to die. You are overconsumed with that which is contrary to the Most High Yah. You are drunk with the cares of this world. Come on, 3:15. Listen to the book.
Therefore, whosoever that would be tamim, so shall be counted to you. And if you think another thought,
if you think you think you can disobey the father and the mother,
Elohim shall also reveal this to you. Only after that we may attain. Until now, we halak by the same rule from the rock.
The only way that we're going to obtain life, the only way we're going to obtain perfection is by obeying the Father. It's by hearkening to the sound, hearkening to the call of the father and the mother. Come on.
My king, be imitators to follow after me.
Be imitators. To imitate means to do the same thing. If I raise my right, if he raised his left hand, I need to raise my left hand. If I raise my right hand, nobody can say I'm imitating you.
Right.
If I raise my right hand and he held up his left hand, I can say, well, no, I raised my hand, but I want you to imitate. I want you to exactly what it is that I'm doing. Right. So guess what Yahuah wants us to do? Exactly what it is that he's telling us to do. Exactly what Yahusha did. Because Yahusha exemplified that which is pleasing to the Father. He showed us the works. He was the physical fulfillment of all the works. Come on.
And look at those who halak, so as we are the pattern for us. For many walkers, of whom I told you many times, and now I say to you, even weeping, that they are enemies of the two of the Mashiach.
Everybody who doesn't do upright, everybody who doesn't follow the same patterns of Yahusha, you are an enemy of Yahusha. You are an enemy of the pattern. Yahusha was the pattern. You are an enemy. You are opposite. You're contrary to it. So I got to destroy you. Come on.
Whose end is destruction.
And that's why your end is going to be destruction. You're going to be burned because you won't listen. You won't take the correction.
Which their mighty one is their belly, and their kabod is in their shame.
Amazingly, what did he say about that son? Our son is a who?
Glutton.
A glutton and a drunk. But then he told us right there, their Elohim is their what?
Belly.
Their Elohim is their belly. You a glutton and you a drunk. That's why you keep going after the thing that's contrary to the Father, because you're a glutton and you're a drunk. You desirous of something. You got a zeal for something, but it ain't a zeal for me. It ain't a zeal for him. It ain't a zeal for his truth, for his debar, his amat. He told you that man don't live by lacam alone, but by what?
Every word.
By every word. So he's got to be consuming the word. And not just for the sense of growth, but also to maintain life. Because the opposite of life is what? So if I'm not eating life, then what am I eating?
Yeah.
I'm eating death. I'm eating the things that give me death. Just like Adam, they literally ate death. Guess what you're doing when you disobeying the Most High Yah? You're literally eating death. It only makes sense that you would die because your Elohim is your belly. And you do mine what?
And their inwards are on earthly things.
Your
vainly.
innards, your mind and your heart are set on what? Are set on earthly things, set on things that cannot profit. Just like he told you about not making the idols. Guess what? The idol can't do anything. Just like he told you later on, but they must be born. They must be moved. Guess what they would have had to do if they'd have kept carrying around that golden calf? Everywhere they went, they would have had to do. Take it with me. Come on. You grab your side. Grab your side. Y'all ready? Here we go. Come on. We're going to take it. Guess what happened? Matter of fact, when they left Mizraim, guess what they never had to do? They didn't have to bear up Yahuah. You know, he gave them something to follow. They didn't have to help him move. He told you, you move when I move. Just like that. They had a pillar of fire by what?
Right.
By night, and they had a pillar of fire by night, and they had a cloud by what? Day. They had a cloud by day, so they didn't have to bear them up and move them. You follow me. I'm showing you what you need to do. The Father has shown us what it is that in order for me to live this far, guess what I had to have? I had to have life. So I'm telling you to do the same thing I'm doing, so guess what you can have? You can have life. So the reason why Yahuah was saying, hey, listen, move this way, because this is what life is. I'm leading you to life. So what we have with the word, he's leading us with life. The reason why you don't follow that pattern is because you don't want life. That's why we're marking you, because we're saying that he ain't going to save you. There's no way. If everybody's following the cloud and the cloud is over here, guess what's going to happen to you over there? You're going to die because you're literally looking at it. So just like the word, you're literally seeing the word. We all coming here. We can't say that, well, we didn't see it. We didn't know. Everybody here, we know. So what excuse do we have not to be following the pattern? It wouldn't make sense. Come on.
For our citizenship is in the Shamayim. From there also we eagerly wait for
our citizenship is in the Shamayim. That's the best we're trying to get back to. Just like we talk about how they took that stubborn and rebellious son out of the house. I'm trying to get in that house. That's what I want my citizenship to be. Come on.
From there also we eagerly wait for our Yahusha, our Adon Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall transform our body of the humiliation to be like the body of his kabod.
He's going to give us a chance to do what? To become like him. Just like we talked about in that Romans 15:4,
yes, to
be like him. We're waiting on Yahusha, and Yahusha came now. So guess what? He came and gave us the word. So guess what we now have a chance to be able to do? To be able to be like him. He's given us the word. He's given us the instructions. He's given us the pattern that now we have, guess what? Now we don't have to follow a cloud by day or a pillar of fire by night. You know what we can just do? Follow the word. Follow the word. And what's the little girl name? And the Wizard of Oz? Dorothy. Dorothy, guess what she had to do? They like, you want it? Follow this. She had to follow the yellow brick word, the yellow brick road. But now we have opportunity. We don't have to do that. We don't have to look at it and say, well, oh man, that looked like it might be. No, we got the word. With the word, it gives us a clearly defined instructions. We don't have to wonder, oh, that kind of looked like, I think that might be. No, it's literally telling us, guess what the word was? The word was light. So guess what light don't look like? It don't look like darkness. But guess what happens if you look like darkness? You're not light. Not only are you not light, but you ain't right. Come on.
According to the working of his ability to subject everything under him.
To put everything under him.
That's the end of 3.
That's all right. Y'all, we went a little bit long. But nonetheless, this is what I want everybody to be able to take away. I want you to understand that Yahuah is the Father. And the Father has given us instructions through the Word. He's given us the sound of the Father. Guess what I want you to do? Guess what you're going to have to do if you want to get life? Hearken to the call of the Father. Hearken to not just the call, the C-A-L-L, but the Q-O-L, which is the call, which is the sound. Hearken to the sound of the Father, because the Father is talking. And when he comes back and he sees that your works are contrary, he's going to know you didn't listen. And you know what he's going to have to do? I got to kill you. So if you want life and you want to avoid the condemnation of death, do the same works of Yahusha. I hope you. Be encouraged. I do Yahuah.
You are listening to Dr. Evie.